I'm here today. I got Rhea. She's a Swedish Elkhound, Jämthund. And I got Kai, Norwegian Elkhound, 2 females. And we're hiking. We're up from the bear trail. Bear trail runs below us. And we're up on skid trail here. You can see this whole skid trail goes cruising through here. And these skid trails are remarkable yet in that they stay pretty clean. It's pretty good hiking, and they haven't been used for quite some time. 06, I believe, was the last time the skid trail has been used. I mean, it's pretty handy having this here, and you know, you can see the trees that are on it. They're, you know, not too bad, but it's pretty good going. Nice hiking. Now, I raise Elkhounds and I sell pups. I'm a preservation breeder. Make no mistake, I sell dogs. I do videos to showcase my dogs and to showcase the breeds that I run. I run the 2 Swedish Elkhound, Norwegian Elkhound. I'm the only Swedish Elkhound breeder in North America. And make no mistake, I'm a dog breeder, and when I preserve the lineages, I hold back dogs, but I have to sell the rest. And so I may do a lot of humanitarian work and talk about the features and values and, you know, the life-saving benefits and all of that of these great dogs, but let's face it, I sell pups, and so I talk about my dogs. The breed itself is extremely gifted, and I'm the only breeder of this magnificent breed in North America. And I've got pups right now from Rhea's brother and Rhea's niece. So we got pups on the ground from Ark and Varela, and we got pups on the ground from Varela and Paso. And some phenomenal dogs coming. Now, I went to 2 stores to buy a microphone. I bought one and it doesn't work. So I have to go to a different community and get a microphone. I'll try and do that. But I had bought one of the ones that clip on that was wireless, but it doesn't work. Go figure. So I'm up here today to talk to you a little bit about hiking in the remote terrain and a couple of things that are very valuable to you. One of them is don't hike with a bag full of treats in your pocket. Don't train your dogs with treats if you're going in the wild. Don't do that. Don't train your dogs with treats anyway. I never do. I've never trained a dog with a treat. And I don't know why everybody trains with treats. Who wants to pack a bag of liver treats out here? You know, it doesn't make any sense, right? How does the predator find you? Well, he smells you first. And then he hears you, and then he sees you. But he smells you first. And so, packing a bag of liver treats, come on, guys. So, don't train your dogs with treats. That's like leaving bear bait out. You know what I mean? Now think about this. 400 years ago, old hunter's out. He's got his 2 dogs just like this. He's got a Norwegian. He's got a Swedish. They were just called Elkhounds then, hunting dogs, moose dogs, Elkhounds. And he had them with him, and he's out there and he shoots a moose. Finally gets one. And he skins her out. Takes him all day. Skins her all out. He's got all the travois built for the dogs, and he's got his canvas and his hide, and he's got all his meat wrapped up, and the two dogs are going to pack out most of it, and he'll pack out the rest. And think of the smell. So he's not going to make her home. So he's going to camp, eat, have his supper, but he's probably going to move a short ways if he's done. If he hasn't finished, he's got to camp where the meat is. Otherwise, he can take what he's taken home and move and leave the guts and the hide. But if he hasn't finished, if he got it fairly late in the day, he's got to stay. Now, that's exactly how this dog was dual purpose. That's why it's so good on bear, because during the day it would help him find moose, and at night it would help him keep that moose from the bear. Because high density bear regions are going to find the kill in a heartbeat. Now if he leaves that night and he tries to return for more meat, if he can't pack it all out, there's none left when he gets back. The thing about the bear dog, this particular dog is the original bear dog, is it was dual purpose. Actually triple purpose, but dual is good enough for what I'm talking about. One is it had to find the moose and bark it and let the hunter know where it was, and the hunter had to get caught up and take down the moose. Okay, that's number one. Obviously it would track it if it was wounded. Now secondly, it's got to keep that meat from the bears, because they're going to want to come in that night and take the whole issue, and that afternoon and the next morning they're wanting to be there. And so these guys are going to be valuable. Now they're extremely valuable in dragging it out, because you're going to put the little travois on, you're going to put your little canvas across the two poles, load up as a fair bit of meat on there, all the prime cuts, and this dog can pull a fair bit. It'll pull that travois with a fair bit of meat on. And the little guys, they pull too, but they won't pull as much. But the bottom line is they can do the scouting and keep your trail clean on the way out. But you can imagine where that original training came from. In those high bear density regions, high density, and the old hunters were hunting out there and they had to pack it out by hand, because there was no such thing as helicopters and quads. I watched the fancy Swedes there with their big hunt. They came in with a helicopter to pick that moose up and knock it back to camp. That's how much that hunt was costing. Can you believe it? Anyway, not everybody's doing that, of course. Lots of people are just shooting them, cutting them up right there, and hauling out what they can. Now they use quads and iron horse and all that stuff. But in the old days, of course, you pack her out by hand. And believe me, as a kid, I remember packing it out. So I still remember that. And it's not that long ago. I'm young in years but old in experience, and so there's a big difference there. But these dogs are incredibly gifted from hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years of working in that exact environment, just like I'm sitting here today and walking through the bush, and we'd be out looking, scouting now we know where the moose are, of course, but we'd be out scouting right now, knowing where they're hanging out, where the draws are, where we could get to them, where all the trails are that we can get vantage points, and all of that. Now, I don't know if any of you realize this, but the old push and bush concepts came from the old Swedes, right? And so if you know where these trails are, these old logging trails, you just stay up here by me. If you have an idea where they are, and you have an idea where the draws are, and you have an idea where the moose are hanging, and you have an idea where the moose are going to migrate to, you can get on these trails you see, and the dog's starting to push the moose right to you. He'll follow along with the moose. The moose will move a little bit, but he'll pop right out on this trail, and boom. It's like pushing bush. We used to do that as kids. You know, we'd have to wander through the bush and push the animal out to the edge, and we'd take the dog and we'd wander through and make a little racket, and pretty soon the animal would stick his head out and boom. And these dogs are phenomenal for that. That's why you get to know where all these trails are. Now in Finland, Sweden, all those places, well, I mean other places too, but they make little shooting stations, and shooting stations are just a little platform, right? So you can get a little better vantage point. And and it's a pretty sure bet that they're going to move the moose in a direction toward the shooting station. And if you got a couple of guys with you and you're hunting as a team, okay, there's going to be a real good shooter in the station, and then they'll come up here. Yeah? Come here. Yeah, good. That's my beautiful girl. Then, of course, that shooting station's kind of handy. Now, when I was in Finland, we hiked way back in the bush there, and lo and behold, believe this, Anya took me right to a shooting station. She was only 8 weeks old, and we're hiking way out in the middle of no man's land, but she took me to the shooting station. Now, odds are pretty high she could smell something around there, right? Like, you know, just the way that works, right? But law of good fortune, right? I got a picture of her and I at a shooting station in Finland, out in the middle of no man's land. I mean, I'm 10 hours north of St. Petersburg, you know, just long gone there, edge of Lapland. And we're walking out there, and here she comes across this, and I'm like, wow, super dog, right? Just a super dog. You know, when I checked into the hotel, I told them I was coming for Anya, and she's so famous. They had a bag for her. They had a real nice gift bag, all kinds of things in it too. And they give it to her. They just said hi to me. But they had a bag for her. They knew her name. That was, guy laughed. They're real dog culture. And so that was pretty cool. I thought we checked in and brought her in, and they had a gift bag for her. And that was pretty unique. And my brother was with me. He'd take Anya outside for his smoke there. And everybody would come over and say hi to her and talk to her, and it was pretty cool. So a pretty unique thing. That's this dog's mother. I went over to Finland and got this dog's mother. Now, when you're out and about trying to have a nice time and hiking and this and that, you'll take some gear with you. You'll have your gear, you'll have all the stuff you need for the day, you'll have some stuff for an emergency. If you're like a lot of folks, you got more than you really want to carry. But if you forget the most, Rhea, you just stay. I want you to just stay by me. Kai, come here, and then Rhea will stay. You just stay. If you're forgetting the dogs, that's a crucial mistake. Now, I carry almost nothing but the dogs. Like, I got my little pack there, but really and truly, there's hardly nothing in it. And I just have the dogs. This is what counts. 99% of my gear is right here. I mean, I carry the camera and tripod, but that's to showcase these two beauties. But you can literally survive here. I mean, even if you had to make a little bow and arrow here, you could shoot a rough grouse or a turkey in a heartbeat. Rhea, she trees them like crazy. She really loves hunting turkey. Her and her mama, they're turkey fiends. I'll tell you, they just tree them right there, and boom, little tiny bow and arrow. I keep a little string, and you can bend a tree over, no problem. There's some willows around, nothing to it. Make a little bow, shoot the thing, be no problem. Take 2-3 shots. Who cares? It's not going nowhere. Once the dog's barking it, dog just stands at the bottom, barks, says, hey, it's right here. So you could survive no problem. And This is the most important thing in your pack, in your day pack, in your go bag. This is it. If you got a go bag with these two in it, you don't need much else. I mean, you need some things, sure, but this is it. Now, try not to pack liver treats, right? In bear country, that's probably not a good idea. And, you know, just use a little caution that way. Now, if you really want to know a nice way to do this, is you keep the big dog on lead if you want, because you can have this dog fairly close to you. This dog can scout, right? You can let one scout, and it makes it very, very nice for companionship, for a fun time, but also for security and safety. You got one dog right beside you, and you got the other scouting, and it works really, really cool. If I'm running both Norwegians, I'm usually running both loose. If I'm running one big Swede and one small Norwegian, the little Norwegian can scout. And she's like a ghost in the forest, that Kai. She's 10 years old, by the way. Just a phenomenal scout and very skilled in the bush. And doesn't get phased, doesn't get spooky. And Rhea, she's an excellent dog to have right beside me, because if I need to let her go right here, I mean, it's a piece of cake, right? But normally you can do it that way if you like, and makes your life kind of trouble-free and worry-free and all of those things. And I recommend that you kind of get used to that. Now, I got lineages that have won championships hunting on the lead, okay? So you can hunt with these. Now, Anya's walked me right up to game, literally on the lead, long lead, 12 foot. Walked me right up to game. You train them left, right, that sort of thing. And they'll go left, right of trees, all of that. Now, we got dogs right now, pups on the ground, some incredible pups, some of the best pups ever. And it's a phenomenal time, because everyone now is starting to realize the value of getting out here, getting some forest healing, getting some grounding, getting back to nature, getting out of the chaos. And they're now starting to realize, hey, like, we got to take a little more serious look at this. And so we have the dogs right now. We've got the beauties right on the ground. Kai, come by me. And so I have some of each of these, and I highly recommend. This is a magnificent way to go with a Swedish and a Norwegian. Like, whoa, this is good combo, boy. This is good combo. These girls, they love each other. They get along so good. Never have an issue. Just a phenomenal pair of dogs. Yeah. Healthy, trouble-free. Just incredible. Yeah. This is a nice way to hike with two dogs like this. Beautiful dogs. Yeah. Well, I think we'll just keep motoring, and later on today I'll have this video online, but I want to let you know, Camilla Kennels, you get a hold of us. You can find us on Instagram. You can find me at camillakennels.ca is the main site, camillakennels.com, but you type in Swedish Elkhound Breeder Canada and you'll find me. Piece of cake. I'm everywhere. But yeah, I want to talk to you about these great pups. We got some just incredible dogs out there. Look at how magnificent these two dogs are. Can you believe it? I mean, this is a magnificent pair of dogs. Hey, wow. Yeah, in the world of Elkhounds, I got good dogs. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Here we are. Another girl. Fantastic. My big girl. Rhea's my best buddy. Rhea's a gatekeeper, by the way. She don't know ya. She doesn't let me in. Believe me. Yeah, I don't even have to tell her. I just let her do the handling of that. Let's wrap this baby up.